We've just stayed, had a very nice breakfast, had a very comfortable stay in your B&B, and now we find out you have this solar array. Tell us more.
I love the idea of energy that's renewable and sustainable, and it just goes on and on and on. And solar panels last for 30, 40, 50 years. I think they say that the ones from the 70s are still potentially generating electricity. You know, they reduce efficiency, but they just continue, you know, and it's something for nothing. A wind turbine stands there turning when the wind blows, and wave power, and it's just sustainable and decent. And I think everybody should have something to put back a little bit in, except, you know, I can't think that anybody wants a nuclear power station on their doorstep, or you know, another coal-fired power station, or, you know, so I think the solar's fantastic.
Does it work for you economically?
I'd nearly have done it if there weren't a feed-in tariff. The feed-in tariff's amazing. You know, I got the very highest feed-in tariff with the first set of panels, and the second set of panels I got the next scale down, but the panels were much cheaper because they'd reduced the price by the time to make them match the thing. The cold store in the brewery that I run with the first set of panels, effectively, you know, that's that match. Well, I mean, if you time the cold store to just cut in during the day, and it's full of beer, so it retains cold wonderfully, doesn't have to be chilled, it doesn't have to stay at one particular temperature, and then in the day, as the sun comes up, the heat, and it, you know, it uses more power. It's nearly perfect. And then the other one's in the house, because we work from home anyway. You know, there's somebody here in the house all day. We are using the energy that we're producing in the day at home, you know, and we try then to put the dishwasher on when the sun's out, and we try to, you know, think it through, and of course the kids don't, but we try, you know. But yeah, no, I think it does. I mean, with this feed-in tariff, it's obvious. Without it, it's fun.
Do you think the government's on the right track by doing the incentives?
Yes, but it's always the wrong person that benefits, isn't it? That's the same old thing. You know, the chap with the money benefits. The people without the money have to pay to subsidise the fellow that can afford to put the array in the first place. It's not quite perfect, is it?
So what you're saying, that you could afford to put these in anyway?
Yeah. I could afford the energy either way, but I mean, it's not that. It's that, you know, I'm now, whoever the electricity consumer with a pay meter, you know, a pay pre-card meter, is paying the most for their energy, and they're still paying a subsidy tariff to pay me for producing my energy that I'm trying to use myself. It's not quite fair, is it?
Talk me through this region. We're in a pretty flat region, and there's a lot of farmers and a lot of landowners. Are they doing similar things to you?
Generally, they're businesses, and they'll be doing it for profit. They're not doing it, generally not doing it for eco-conscience reasons. And I think that would be, most people are doing it for profit. And I think if you see, you know, the big wind turbines and the big solar arrays, the people have done the sums financially first, and that was the motivation for the investment, not the green concern.
That's not necessarily a bad thing though, because at least we are then getting, you know, stuff that is sustainable.
It would be lovely for people to have a conscience, especially people with any wealth. If they had a conscience, it would then be, you know, it would then be nice to see them doing things that are for the benefit of the world. And I mean, the little bit we do in this country doesn't make any difference to the world, does it? I'm not pretending that just because I've built half a dozen wind solar panels that I'm going to change the world. The carbon emissions in the UK are going down, aren't they? Only because we're importing all our goods now from China. Their emissions are still going higher than ever. We're not going in the right direction. You know, we need to do more.